Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? My name is Jennifer. Here we talk about everything, and today is no different than any other day. We are going to get controversial. But first, I gotta pick up my coffee. Yummy! The original. Silver cup holder. Yeah, baby. Listen. Stanleys go back to green thermostatus. You ever had one of them? Oh, they're fucking awesome. There was green and silver. My grandfather used to carry one around with him everywhere. That's what got me involved in them. I love them. Anyway, this is not a Stanley. This is a Bubba. However it works. I will get me a Stanley again one day. But I don't remember how I got this, but getting this was special for me. Anyway, back to where we started. Listen, so, what we're about to talk about is actually controversial on so many levels, and at the same time, it's a safety measure. This is a double-edged sword. So we're going to dive into all the dimensions of this circumstance that we're in. Let's start out with women. Now, we have many moons of ancestors who have fought for women's rights, who have fought to get women seen, for women to be a part of things, for women to be remembered for their part in history. And here we are in a culture of women throwing themselves to get lackluster fame moments, and men or women that don't love them. And I think it is absolutely over time for us to be shifting that when we are. I wasn't certain that it was picking up speed, but it actually seems to be picking up motivation. And so we're going to continue to spread it around that it's much more appropriate for a gentleman to acquire the employees of a woman by her education rather than the looks. If there's one thing that we can all agree on, those looks, they shift, they disappear. They are never as good as the first day, and they will never look like the first day again. Too many people focus on the physical part of a connection, regardless of its people. This is in all aspects. Today we're talking about people, and the sexualism of our society right now, and how women like myself are kind of floored that we have stood right there with our ancestors and had our moments of glory where we felt like it was appropriate to show our skin and fuck whoever we want and be whoever we want. But then some of us got the repercussions from it and found out that it's just not as fruitful of an adventure when you have to give up your morals to get it. And we're trying to teach our children, and those of us who have grown children, for them to start teaching their children how to get away from that and rise above that. We no longer sit in a society where if you speak about it,
you are wrong. We do get punished. We do get blackballed. Look at my channel. But you still get heard. So the more you get heard, the more it creates a shift. These women that are demoralizing themselves, showing their asses and saying it's okay, and they're getting on the drugs and, oh, it's okay, and it's okay, and it's okay, and it's okay. I want to bring to your attention something, okay? All right. I'm just going to go back 20 years, okay? I've got this on Perplex. Now, what I'm about to show you, what I'm about to bring to your attention is very important. So, if you are doing something right now that might have your attention off onto some other, or you're half-assed paying attention to me, I need your attention right now. Now, Whitney Houston, 2012. Amy Winehouse, 2011. Brittany Murphy, 2009. Anna Nicole Smith, 2007. Lisa Robin Kelly, 2013. Mindy McCready, hush, 2013. Christina Grimmie, 2016. Joan Rivers, 2014. Dolores O'Riordan, 2018. Naya Rivera, 2020. Now, the Naya Rivera, we're not going to talk about. But the rest of these people, I'm going to go into detail, which each one of them, that was 9 out of 10. Now, let's go into detail. Whitney Houston, 2012. The iconic singer died from accidental drowning with heart disease and cocaine used as contributing factors. We know there's more details to the situation, which heeds why I'm speaking about this right now. It's another reason. Amy Winehouse, although she died in London, her death from alcohol poisoning was widely covered in the U.S. Brittany Murphy, the actress, died from pneumonia with anemia and multiple drug intoxication as contributing factors. Anna Nicole Smith, accidental overdose. Lisa Robin Kelly, died from multiple drug intoxication. Mickey McCready, died by suicide with a history of substance abuse and personal struggles. Christina Grimmie, 2016, shot by a fan during a meet and greet event. Joan Rivers, 2014, although not drug-related, her death following a medical procedure was unexpected and widely reported. Dolores O'Riordan, 2018, the Cranberries singer, drowned due to alcohol intoxication. Why did I include Joan Rivers in this? Because Joan Rivers was in the middle of having a plastic surgery experience that turned bad. We have talked this on one of my previous channels. We're going to rediscuss that again here in the future, but not today. For the topic of this subject, your beauty is what you're born with. Everything else could be dangerous. Boundary that shit. Okay? And I'm saying this from the utmost. There is a hair product, Maya Hair, that is being sued right now because thousands of women are losing their hair using that product that people were paying buku amounts of money for. to get, and it ended up costing them a lot more than money to be a part of it. So watch what you're doing when it comes to these fads. We have somebody who was shot by a fan. When you're doing public appearances, you risk that. I don't want anybody to be scared of having public appearances. However, I want you to have boundaries as to what the fuck you're doing and be safe about it. Remember that everybody has feelings. If you do, everybody else does. And they may not always be the same. All these other singers died of drug overdose caused by mental anguish that was not healed, nor were they taking the time to heal. What we're doing today and what we're doing from now on is taking the time to heal. Getting rid of traumatizing experiences from the get and making a whole new world. In order to do that, I'm gonna need the help of our pop stars and social media influencers to stop broadcasting that hangover is nothing. Let's do it again. Stop broadcasting that it's so much more fun to be intoxicated than it is to get a brain. Stop being okay with shoving your naked ass in front of a married man's face to get paid. It's not okay. It's causing a lot of problems. It's costing a lot of lives. It's costing a lot of future. It's time for it to be shifted into something more respectable. And it's not a matter of whether or not I respect you. You have to look at you in the mirror, and obviously you're not too happy about who you're being because you're always sitting in the fucking dark about something. And you're like, what do you mean? You sit in the dark too. I do. But the light's always on. And if it's not, it comes on real quick when I hear something wrong. Or right, either way. I've been that stripper. I've been that intoxicated overdoser. I've been the disease. I've been the DCS calling me. I've gone through the DCS case of trying to get my kids back. I've gone through the different stages of making bad decisions and having to live through the consequences. So I don't sit here empty-handed, incapable of providing you with receipts for what can happen to your life if you continue down the road that you're on. I don't sit here just blue in my face. I already lost everything I love. I'm trying to prevent you from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can flaunt all your riches and yeah, you've got your kids, but you're still doing drugs. You've already lost a house. You've already lost this. And I don't even want to go into detail because so many of you are just, you're grasping at straws as to why it's still okay for you to not only do drugs, but to teach our young kids how to do the same damn thing that puts you in the position that you don't even like going outside or getting to the crowd, except that it pays your bills. And that's all you know. So that's the only way you think you can grow. It's not. There are so many different ways out there. And I'm pretty certain that music is not meant to exploit any sex. I mean, imagine if men were doing the same thing women are doing. Could you imagine a bunch of grown-ass men swinging their straws around everywhere? Like, you complain, and I'm one of them, that they're not allowed in the girls' bathroom. They gotta cover it up. They're not allowed to be naked. Like, they're not even allowed to wear tight clothes and us see the bulk of the pants. But women now, they better be allowed to show that snatch. I am a woman, and I personally am not trying to sit next to another bitch who's showing everybody her snatch while I'm eating my fucking dinner. I don't care where I'm at or how much I paid for that plate. Smelling pussy while I'm eating is not my forte. And I'm pretty certain that mothers across the world will agree that trying to explain the horror at the other side of the restaurant, trying to get attention to buy her meal, is not the way to go about things. That you should get an education, learn how to fend for yourself, and keep that stuff at home where not everybody knows what's going on. Like, I don't want to know about your sex life. If we're not having sex, your sex life is none of my business. Unless we're discussing it for open rate or, educational purposes, okay. But other than that, I'm not trying to look at your fucking titties. And the men that are looking at your titties or your ass, they don't give a shit about you. And that money, it's not gonna buy that loneliness from you. You're still gonna go home and cry because a man just fucked you and didn't even say goodbye. You're still going to be raunching the fucking roads, bitching and complaining because some other bitch is talking to a man that you had interest in, but he's too busy flaunting around with all the girls to even notice that you would be faithful if given the opportunity. So you decide it's more important for you to whore and show everybody that you're fruity. A grown-ass man is going to go to the girl that has the most clothes on because she's the one that's hiding something special and she knows it, or she doesn't, but she knows enough not to tell everybody she's got it. I mean, that's grown. Like, I don't want my man out here flaunting the fucking roads. I don't want my man showing everybody his package, big, small, or medium. It don't fucking matter. Like, your ass crack is nobody else's business unless you're a model or something. Those stuff we're not talking about that. Modeling, that's different. Educational purposes, that's different. But casually, I am tired of going into McDonald's or whatever store that I'm trying to go in, and parents are having to cover their kids' eyes because these bitches are caring less and less about what is going on around them. There are children that don't need to see your tits and ass, lady. And it don't matter how old they get. That is their right to not have to look at you. If they're not with you, it's none of their business. And these children shouldn't be seeing ass, tits, or dicks on any kind of TV at a young age. You're complaining about these kids being unruly and unrightful, but you're bleeding the innocence out of them before they even know what the fuck innocence is. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you proud to show everybody that you've got a pussy that anybody can have and tits that somebody paid for because you sucked his dick? What is so proud of that? Why are you so proud of that? Women fought to have a right to get an education and use it to build something creative that their children would be proud of them seeing. I promise you, your children, given we're going into a more productive environment where women's minds matter, your children are not going to be proud of you sitting on stage or in some room honky-dunking your fucking ass to get ahead. I understand on more than one level that many women were left in a position they didn't have a choice. But there's many women out there who had the choice and they chose the wrong choice. And they regret those choices. And then there's other women that they felt like they didn't have a choice and they took that choice and they're okay with it. But they're not okay with it because if they were okay with it, they would tell people about it. And we wouldn't be sitting here having a conversation about how wrong it is. it wouldn't be existing. Listen, everybody has a right to their own decisions, but everybody has a right to cleanliness. And to me, as a woman, as a mother, as a child, as a community member of society, as a fan of music and artistry, I'm tired of seeing your naked asses too. You're saying don't look, and we're saying we've been trying to tell you that we're in the kindest of ways possible that your shit is stinking, and you're not listening. You're not creating the crowd that you desire, ladies. People are getting disgusted, and I'm trying to help you. Don't go get the plastic surgery. If God didn't give it to you, He didn't want you to have it. He found something else for you that was just as special. Use it. There's not a woman that has ever been born without a brain. And there's not a woman in this world that has ever been born that, how do I put this? Women have been born of all kinds. But the women that I'm talking about, they have access to things that our ancestors fought really hard for. And you are spitting in their faces by continuing to exploit your pussies for fame and fortune. If you want to make a difference that lasts in the community, pick up a book and read it aloud to the community. Wear a dress that makes you look like you have class. You don't have to put heels on. I like flats. I like to feel the ground. I like to be grounded. Sure, I like to have that height and the way that your legs feel and the way that they look when you're in heels. But heels and I last for about 5 minutes, especially on the dance floor. I don't even want shoes when I'm on the dance floor. But I'm just asking, if those are things that you don't want to shift about your life, then find places to go that there aren't kids around or other people that are concerned. Maybe you need to get some mental help because your crown is twisted. It's shifted. It's about to fall the fuck off. And the only way to fix it is probably going to be getting out of your comfort zone, putting some clothes on, turning the air down, and feeding your higher self with something that you're proud of. You have more than so many people out there. Use it wisely and quit making fun of the people that have experienced things that are trying to tell you that you're doing it the wrong way. They're trying to help you. So spitting in their faces is very wrong. They're legitimately trying to be a fan. They're legitimately trying to love you. They are legitimately trying to be what you ask them to be, a friend to you. Own that, love that, and honor that. Too many people out here are dying because they're lonely. And you guys have slews of people that wander to you. I have the same thing. People wander to me. That's why I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm holy. I can provide you what it is I need. I have my bad days and I have my good days. I have more good days than I've ever had. And I want to keep that going. And in order to keep that going for myself, I need to see you guys trying to fucking be your better selves too. It's a team effort. If I'm not seeing you working, it brings me down, man. I'm like, come on, get up. I need you to get up so I can get up. Don't you get it yet? I'm not wasting my fucking breath, dude. And it takes work for me to breathe. So if you don't mind, don't waste my time. And don't waste yours either. In fact, the more you work at healing what it is that makes you feel like you need to show everybody everything you've got right away, your life expectancy will begin to increase. Your energy will change and shift in ways that make you feel more free. And your body will begin to feel like it's flying, because the lack of judgment and baggage that you've been carrying around for years unnecessarily will be lifted. You can own this. You don't have to say anything to anybody. Just start living in your truth. Become the person that you want your kids to be proud of. If you wouldn't listen to it in front of your kids, don't make it. If you wouldn't talk your best friend into doing it, don't do it. If you wouldn't want somebody else to treat you that way, don't treat somebody that way. It's really easy to live a human life. People make it very hard. Let's stop doing that.